What's up, residents? Jacob here. So it seems like you guys want to learn more about this Call of Duty Godzilla vs. Kong crossover event. And just yesterday, we got our first official look at the actual gameplay featuring Godzilla and Kong. We'll go over everything that we know about this new Call of Duty Warzone mode featuring Godzilla and Kong in a little bit, but for right now, let's do a quick little overview of this trailer. Alright, so the trailer starts off like many Call of Duty trailers in the past, a whole lot of crazy gunplay and, over-the-top action and all that stuff. But then we get this epic shot of what is definitely the island that this whole event is taking place on. Looks really cool, looks very reminiscent of Skull Island, and I really appreciate that. I love scenery shots, very cool. And then we get more Call of Duty stuff, look at my cool flashy guns and all that. But then we get something that us monster fans would truly appreciate, and that is this awesome little cave paint drawing that, these are huge in the Monsterverse. It's pretty much where we get like 70% of our lore in this series. We see a cool cave painting here, and it's Kong jumping at Godzilla with a bunch of little people underneath. Very much similar to the cave painting from the movies that had a Godzilla and Kong in it. So I thought that was a pretty neat Easter egg, and I look forward to seeing more of these cave drawings in the game. Maybe we'll even get a hint at the next Monsterverse movie or something. Pew pew pew, more gunshots. And then we have this awesome shot of a Kong skeleton here. Now in Kong Skull Island, we've seen Kong's parent skeletons, and while this is definitely probably not one of them, it is a cool little Easter egg for us Monsterverse fans. At the end of the day, you're going to be able to fight and hide in a Kong skeleton, and that's pretty cool. Another Easter egg from Kong Skull Island here is this big-ass boulder that has Kong's bloody handprint on it. Now, we got that one shot in Kong Skull Island where we seen Kong's handprint on the mountainside there, and this is pretty much another version of that. Now, why Kong would go and touch this random boulder, I don't know. But this whole trailer you will see is just full of cool little Easter eggs for us Monsterverse fans. Once again, I get it if you're a Call of Duty fan and you don't like monsters, or if you're a monster fan and you think Call of Duty's lame, but at the end of the day, this is just really cool. This is a cool crossover event, and it honestly looks good. And we finally got to see some gameplay of it, so we'll get to that here in a sec. More gun stuff, yeah, reload. Then we see a Jeep driving through and some players shooting at each other in that little skeleton area that we just talked about. Pretty cool area to fight in, I'd say. More Call of Duty stuff, bang bang. And now this is a Warzone event, so usually in Battle Royales they like to drop you out of the sky. I think they do that in Warzone. I've only played it a few times. I believe you parachute down. Let me know if I'm wrong, but more than likely what this little shot right here is implying is that maybe the round will start, you're in your big, your plane, and then a big old Kong mitt comes, grabs you, wrecks the plane, and you have to jump out, and thus starts your little Warzone experience. It doesn't mean anything necessarily for gameplay, but it is a cool way to start the experience. And then we finally get to see our actual first true gameplay of this Warzone mode featuring Kong himself. Now, what I think is super exciting is that the players themselves are actually shooting at the big giant ape. I don't know if that means that, he's actually going to be able to feel the bullets hitting him, like you can actually damage him. You obviously aren't going to be able to kill him, that would be kind of weak sauce, so maybe if all of you start shooting at him, it gets his attention, and then clearly we see him attacking the players here, so I'd imagine that after a while, if you shoot at Kong enough, and probably the same for Godzilla, that they will start noticing you and they will start coming after you, and that's really cool. This shot alone just makes me think, why the hell are they not making any good, real like official kaiju games? This whole Call of Duty event, if anything, just proves that a good Godzilla and Kong video game is actually plausible, and that you can make a first-person shooter game and still have the monsters in it, and then you can interact with them and do real cool stuff, and maybe just like the 2005 King Kong game, every once in a while they allow you to be Kong or be Godzilla and go wreck some shit. I mean, come on, game studios and people that have the power here, let's get it done. This is a first real showing that it's possible. Now, I will be a little bit nitpicky here and say that I'm not too impressed with the graphical quality of Kong and Godzilla in this gameplay. Definitely looks like something we could have seen about 10 years ago in the industry, but video games aren't really going for crazy super good graphics a lot of the time right now. So I can't get too upset about it, but you know, it looks good from zoomed out. When you get real close, and you can especially see that with the Godzilla clips coming up here in a second, they look very fuzzy, a little blurry, almost looks like some 360 quality graphics. And I know, you know, Dangerville isn't necessarily a video game channel at all, but we're big gamers here, and yeah, you'd like it to look a little prettier, but hey, whatever. And this quick clip right here doesn't really appear to be anything on the surface, but if you look real close, you see a time period fitting version of the Orca, which of course was the device used to speak to the Titans in Godzilla King of the Monsters. And that brings us to the premise of this game mode that we're going to talk about just in a sec. Let's keep going and talk about Godzilla because he's coming on the screen next. And there he is in all his glory, looking pretty damn cool. Once again, like I said, not the best graphics around. It surely isn't the awesome cinematic quality stuff that we got in that trailer last time, but that was like some borderline Hollywood quality. But I cannot complain. This is just Call of Duty Warzone, which is just an online free-to-play thing. You know, like, I'll let it slide that it's not super good graphics right here. And that's it. So let's get into what we know about this Godzilla vs. Kong Warzone mode. Now, they've been pretty secretive about this mode so far. There isn't really any official information, but if you just kind of use your noggin a little bit, you can kind of put some things together. So first off, like I said earlier on, it appears like Kong is going to be the instigator in this mode. More than likely, he's going to wreck your plane that you come in on, force you to jump out, do that whole battle royale thing. And then throughout the normal Warzone sort of map, you know, the normal fighting between players, Kong's gonna be there. Now, it'll probably be the player's choice if they want to go and fight Kong and stir him up and shoot at him and get him to chase him and cause a whole bunch of mayhem. Say you're getting in a firefight with some other players, and then you run away because you don't want to deal with them, and then you see Kong in the distance, you shoot him in the back, he runs at you, you get out of there, he kills the guys you were trying to fight. Maybe you can do some cool stuff with like that. That's what I would like to see in the game. But throughout the whole match, it appears like players are going to need to turn on power at various different checkpoints and locations on the island in order to do everything they need to do to call in Godzilla to come and fight Kong. Now, earlier I showed you that little bit of the Call of Duty version of the Orca. Now, what will likely happen is that you have to do a bunch of stuff to unlock the Orca, you know, power up things, go to certain areas, do codes, who knows, stuff like that. And then you get the Orca, and then you call in the big G-Man, because in that picture of the Orca, you see Godzilla down there at the bottom. You know, maybe that just implies like, hey, you know, do this to call Godzilla. And then, of course, he's going to show up and go and fight Kong and get Kong to get off your ass so you don't have to worry about a big ape trying to kill you. Now, you'll probably still be shooting at other players more than at the monsters, and they'll probably be in the background a lot. But this adds a very cool dynamic, something that has some zombies sort of flair to it. You know, a lot of those modes throughout the years, you had to go and do certain objectives to unlock areas of the map and get powerful weapons and stuff like that, and I'd imagine this would use a lot of those same concepts. And that's pretty much all we know about this mode. Kong's gonna attack you, you're gonna need to do different things to unlock Godzilla, more or less. You call the big G-Man in, and then he comes and fights Kong. Now, how it plays out from there, I don't know, and we're going to have to wait till May 11th, and that's when this new mode launches on Call of Duty Warzone. So that's it for the news today. If you want us to keep covering this Godzilla vs. Kong Call of Duty crossover, like I said before, it's different, but it's fun, guys. Like, this is pretty cool. I get it if you don't like video games, but I think it's pretty awesome to see our awesome monsters in a different sort of media. In residence, I will leave you with these last words. Make sure to stomp the subscribe button and hit the bell, because tomorrow, Dangerville changes. You won't want to miss it. We have a very special video for you. A true one of a kind. Thank you for spending your time with me today, and I will see you in the next one.